1, hopefully, maybe. Yes. Yep.
Yes. Good. Hello.
Hello, good evening. Sorry we're a bit late. Some technical difficulties.
Just a tad, because I can't get my shit together. Just my
I wasn't
shit.
going to mention any names, but
No. It's on me. It's on
Not pointing
me.
any fingers.
Like,
I know where Vlad is.
yeah. It's like, yeah. The technical issues are so great. I'm not even going to show my face today. I'm ashamed of myself. All right. Let's actually share the link.
Mm-hmm.
Share. There we go.
Put in
Copy.
put in my phone.
how's everyone's week been?
Pretty good.
Good. Good. Well, the Super Bowl went well, so the rest of the week
Super
has been
Bowl went well, and yeah, driving back
has
was
been just
difficult.
fine. Oof. Were you guys okay?
Yeah. Had a small break on it, like halfway, but
Okay.
Yeah, I remember last year. I remember getting to Limassol and just being like, "Oh God, I've got another 40 minutes to go."
yep.
Rough. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So we can start off by mentioning that we have a tournament on Sunday.
Yep. This Sunday.
Lists when this Sunday, yes, on the 16th. Lists just went live a few hours ago. And we're gonna do live the draw for the tournament. And we can talk a little bit about the lists as well. There's a couple of very interesting ones. There's one especially I cannot wait to talk about.
Well, me and Vlad, we're not in the know-how. It's been captain's eyes only, so
Well, the lists have been open since 5 p.m. I think I opened them. When
okay.
it got sorted out that we have a 16th person, so that's good. So we can talk a little bit more about that, but we can talk also a little bit how the hobbying has been going recently.
Yeah.
Tom has been doing
Just a little bit.
just a little bit.
It's been a busy week.
So yeah, we can talk a little bit about that if you guys wanna. I've been trying to paint since a month ago, I think. Bretonian Battle Standard Bearer.
Beautiful.
That's a lot of white.
Yeah, no, the white's done. That's the good
Yeah.
part. Like there's a lot of work still, and I cannot put it on pause. Like,
Well, I just started airbrushing some
there you
Votan
go.
that printed proxies printed up for me.
Shout out to Jamie.
Yeah, we've just sprayed them black, done like a leather coat, and then I've just done an ochre brown. Gonna work my way up to yellow for Sunday's tournament, and yeah, gonna try and match the standards of the Votan that I luckily picked up in December, but yeah, it's not gonna be likely.
I think you will sadly fail because Robin, the guy you bought them from,
Incredible painter.
he's an artist. Like I don't think there's any other way to put it. He's shout out to Robin. He does some amazing work. So, and I know Vlad, you've been painting a Storm Raven. I know you cannot show us.
That's true.
But
wait, you know what we're
how's
gonna
that going?
do?
Are you just gonna?
I'm gonna send you a picture.
Oh yeah, that's fine.
I guess.
That works.
Maybe.
Yeah, that works.
Where do I send you the
Maybe
picture?
on Discord.
Just give me a wait. Just give me a sec.
Yeah. Can take a picture of it. I don't know. Let's see. I actually Actually, my latest thing is building this guy from last year, but I have
Oh,
one
very
more.
nice.
Yeah, it's fun, and I have like
I
1,000
can
miniatures.
go get more, but they're over there. So yeah.
No. I have like
I've
1,000 more miniatures
I've
to paint.
painted four war dogs this week. Magnetized them all last week again with the help of Jamie. Was a lot of fun. Part of a commission I'm working on. They're almost done. Once they're done, I'll post some pictures online. But yeah, I don't know what it is. Ever since I got into 3D printing, I just hate building Games Workshop kits. It's made me so lazy.
Okay, there we go. We have Vlad's miniature. There we go. Can zoom in this. Oh no, too much zoom. Let's see. There we go.
Yeah.
Vlad's Ultramarines with the bronze. I really like the bronze.
Yeah, it's
very color ready.
because yeah, Bronze Talons of Gilliman is my homebrew.
Ooh. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
since the very first day. So the story
Lad,
is yes. Tell me.
sorry to interrupt you. Is that the Storm Raven
That
that I
is
gave you for free for buying
yes,
my Grey Knights like
yes.
5 years ago? It
So
is right.
that is a busted up Storm Raven that's
Yeah.
looking better than it has ever before.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
basically, I picked up a job lot on Facebook, and this Storm Raven was pretty much glued together with hot glue.
Yeah, this Storm Raven is a mess.
Okay. I have a homebrew chapter of Space Marines and like the old ones, Tactical Marines and all sorts. And it was basically put together by like my old Space Marine miniatures and Leo's. Leo just gave me a bunch of things. Thank you, Leo. I think he's watching us now. And it has like a whirlwind, it has a rhino, and like a lot of the things you can see the old paint underneath because I didn't went into the trouble of like scrubbing it. So you can see the blotches of the old paint, which it was thick.
Yeah. So
But it's always fun to do that and like make sure that miniatures survive.
yeah,
Like it's always nice.
I have lots of Tom plastic, lots of plastic from Tom. Yeah.
Okay,
Besides that, I've actually my main work, even though it's not for the painting competition, has been on working on the Volkus Kill Team set.
the
Yeah.
the train set.
Yeah.
While you're talking, I'm gonna go grab a
Yeah.
knife then.
Go.
I've actually built all of it and like sort of
I've
painted one piece, and then the rest
Yeah.
are still waiting.
terrain. So I don't know why, but painting terrain always gets me a little bit. It feels like not a waste of time, but if I'm painting, why not paint like miniatures I'll use instead of terrain? That's how it always felt for me.
Yeah.
But there's something therapeutic I've been told about painting terrain because it's more relaxing. You just like paint it like gray or silver, and then you just like dry brush, and you don't have to worry about details that much. So yeah,
I would say it's pretty chill. It's just a lot.
Yeah.
It's just a lot of surfaces, like.
So
But
yeah,
I enjoy it.
I don't know. Is that? Wait, let me open my camera. See how. Is that gonna come out clean enough?
Too dark, But
Wait.
there you go.
So yeah, that's.
Yeah, no, they've been looking really cool.
It's the first time in my life that I've worked with magnets.
Really?
So, yeah, I refuse to. Like, in a world with 3D printing now, I'd rather just print another arm and print another model or whatever. But yeah, so you want a carnivore, you got a carnivore, or you want a brigand, you got a brigand, or even vice versa, stalker.
Yeah.
So yeah,
That's pretty cool.
but yeah, they've come out really nice. Really happy with them.
Okay. So I guess we can move on to the draw the tournament. I think a lot of people
Yeah, let's
in the
do
community are excited about it.
draws, and then maybe
Yes.
pick out a list or two, or maybe a matchup that happens.
Yeah.
And
yeah. So, the way we've been doing the draws since we've started in September, the new season system, is that we go by elo, and I'll show now the standings. So for this tournament, we have 16 people. They've been split 8 people, top 8 elo players, and then the bottom 8 elo players, and people from the top 8 are going to be playing only people from the bottom 8 in the first round.
Yep, and then it's normal Swiss system again.
And then normal Swiss, yeah. We just do it for the first round, so we don't have weird matchups. So I can share right now the current elo rankings. I don't know if people can see them.
Yeah, I need to open them up, but
I
yeah.
can zoom in a little bit as well. So these are the current elo rankings. Everyone starts from 1600 and they go up or down depending. And the people who are 0 here, you can see some of the names here. It's people who've played before but haven't played this season. But I just keep the names there for ease. So with that said, we have myself, Ali, Alexei, Sok, Mikhail, Tom, Alexander, and Vlad in the top 8.
Oof, I just made it. Holy moly.
You just made it. And then in the bottom 8, we have John, Nikita, Sam, George, Nick, Markelos, David, and a
Newcomer.
a new addition.
We have a new player.
Nikolai.
Yay! Welcome, Nikolai.
Yeah, welcome. Good to see more people in the community.
So, with that said, the way I love to do things, I even pick what food I'm gonna eat at night sometimes when I'm indecisive. I use the picker wheel. The wheel. Yeah. Like, don't just that. It's like, oh, do I want like a bird? Well, do I want from this place a burger or chicken? Like, okay, I'll roll it. And the wheel decides.
Every time we've done pairings like this, we all sit here like.
Yeah, I know. The wheel is exciting. All praise the wheel.
All praise the wheel.
So the way I'm gonna do it is I'm gonna have I have 2 screens set. We're gonna be rolling from the top seed and then from the bottom seed.
I'll be noting things down, I guess.
Like you'll be noting things down.
Yeah.
Perfect. Okay, so without further ado, we can start with rolling the wheel. Oh, I haven't muted this. Should probably have the sound as well. Oh, we have Tom.
Oh, it's always me first every time.
Top table, baby.
Okay. Tom. And now, okay, so the way I'm gonna switch the way I stream things, and I will have it streaming my screen instead. So can you guys see the stream? And if I switch, you can see the other wheel.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah. Just give it like 2 seconds. Like, yeah, I think it's already in the stream. Yeah.
Okay. So let's go with.
Okay.
Who's gonna be playing against Tom?
Just make a guess, guys. Let's go. It's gonna be Nikita.
No, it's Nikolai, the new guy.
Oh, nice.
Death Guard.
Okay. Death Guard.
Wow.
Death Guard versus Votan.
That's just, well, last tournament I was playing Death Guard, so.
Let's go for the second pairing.
I don't think I like Contagions as Votan, though. I'm not gonna lie.
And it is Alexander.
the resident elf.
I'll just make this a little bit less loud. And he will be playing against.
Not kill us.
Okay, Marculus.
Votan again.
So,
Votan are hot at the moment.
yeah, both Votan.
I
Both
mean,
Votan
I think this is the
table.
first time we've had Votan excluding the GT, right? Including the first GT we ever had.
I've played them once in the previous tournament, but yeah, that would be. No, we had another player playing them in the second GT.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So
yes,
I was just
played against
surprised that we
A little bit
suddenly
more.
have 2 Votan players in the same tournament.
Yeah. Okay.
Hey, look, we're waiting for those Chaos Codexes, baby. That's what we're waiting for. It's so
It
close.
always does in the Villa Circa. Okay, so Mikhail is playing a very, very interesting list that we will be going over.
Oh yeah, I managed.
Spoiler alert, there's a lot of Nurglings. A lot of Nurglings.
Yeah, like what, 54 of them? Or more?
54, yeah. 6x9. No, as many as he could take. So, who's going to be playing against the list called Nurgling Hell?
It's
Okay.
the guard.
The guard, and not just any guard. It's Hammer of the Emperor guard, which is tank heavy guard. So this will be a
nice.
very interesting.
That's quite interesting, actually.
Yeah, this will be a very
So
interesting.
will the guard break before the Nurgling?
Yeah. Okay, matchup number 4. We have Vlad.
All right.
I imagine.
So I'm
Yes.
just gonna say, this is a tournament without Toffee and without Alejandro, who I usually always get in round 1. So I'm curious.
What you get, Nick? Oh, no, it's not gonna be Nick. It's gonna be Sam.
Straight into
He's
Space
Sam.
Marines.
It's Ultramarines, yeah, Vlad?
Yeah, I'm playing against my own boys.
Yeah, it's Ultramarines.
Well, there's a lot of that going online at the moment. Too many Space Marine players again.
Ooh, that's gonna be
you.
Watch me get Nick. So, who am I up against? Let's find out. Okay, this is gonna be a very interesting matchup. Star Shatter Arsenal. Okay. For George's Star Shatter Arsenal.
Yeah.
And
Gonna be Sock next.
matchup for 6. No, it's gonna be the next Star Shatter Arsenal, actually.
Necrons, who'd have guessed it, huh?
Yes.
I don't think we've had any tournament this year without Necrons.
Yeah, Necrons have been stable for a while.
Like even more than Space Marines.
And that is Nick against Alexei.
What's Nick playing? Is he playing T-Sun? Oh, he's playing
Nick
TSM,
Nick
isn't
is
he?
playing. Yeah, Nick is
Night
playing
Lords.
a warp. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm all for
the
it.
Dread Host.
Can't wait to see it.
And then the last 2 matchups. We
Every
have
time.
Ali. And Ali is playing against David. And then we have Sok versus Nikita.
So is that 72 Tyranid warriors versus lots of Gene Stealer
No, I don't believe
no.
he.
Oh, Sock is playing Sisters, yo.
Sok is playing Sisters.
Oh, is
Sok
he
is playing
actually taking
Penitent
Sisters?
Host. Yeah, Sok is
Okay.
playing Penitent Host.
Obviously, I know he's been building and converting that beautiful army, but I didn't realize he was turning up with them. Okay.
Yeah, he's coming with some murder nuns. It's it's a melee heavy list.
So guys, let me ask you, like, just a guess, fun guess, and like if anyone in chat wants to answer as well. So I'm bringing orcs, okay, and obviously orcs, lots of models. Who can guess how many models are in my army?
What detachment are you running?
Tactical brigade.
Tactical
Brigade. So I'm gonna say what 30 flash gears. Maybe 20 flash gears.
You don't have to say what I have, just the amount of models.
Yeah, I'm just
Probably
trying
like
to work it out.
98.
I'll go with 73.
Okay, it's 115.
Oh, fair.
I was close.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's I usually surprise people because I always take 20 or 30 Gretchen at least.
Yeah, that was.
So-
I just forgot that. You know, last time you played, you had like 40 Gretchen or something.
Yeah. I love Gretchen. Honestly, for 40 points, I've said this before, they're the best data sheet in orcs. Like,
Maybe.
like, you can't go wrong.
Maybe. Wait, how many are you bringing then? Let's see.
No, I'm just bringing 20 this time.
Okay, you're just bringing 20. Well, 22.
But I'm also bringing 20 Storm Boys.
Okay, I like that. See, I messaged when Vlad was thinking he was sending me lists. He sent me a list with 3x5, and I said only 15 Storm Boys, and he said, "What do you mean only?" And now he has 20.
And now I have more. Well, it just so happened. It just so happened.
I really like them in that list.
Yeah.
They can go up, down, right?
Yeah, they can for a CP though. It's for a CP. It's not for free.
Yeah, but like,
as a former Bad Moons player, I just love the fact that orcs are back to hitting on 4s, and I fucking love it.
Yep.
just don't get. I think just don't get battle shock. Yeah.
I mean, I'm gonna have to do it, you know.
No one's playing Tyranids, right?
Nope.
No one's playing Tyranids, so that's good. That's good for you.
No one's playing Chaos Knights, so yeah.
Nick. Well,
Oh, wait,
we
Nick
have a Nurgle. We have a Nurgle detachment. We
Oh,
have a
wait.
Nurgle detachment.
Go on. I know
So-
you're really excited to talk about this.
Oh yeah. Okay. We can start with that.
Do you know what's really funny, right? So I've got 2 of my own Great Unclean Ones, and I'm painting 2 of JB's. And originally, because I'd already qualified for the team from the last online tournament, I was like, I'm just going to turn up with 4 fat boys. So I'm actually glad that someone else has.
Well, it's pretty close. We're gonna talk about that. The Plague Legion.
We're getting some Nurgle love in the chat.
Yeah, I wonder from.
It could only be from the stinkiest boy himself, right? Although
Okay.
I have to say, since 10th edition, he's not been a stinky boy. He's been a very sneaky elf.
Okay, so actually we can start off with that list. I'll start sharing. Let's see. So that one. That one. Perfect. So we can start with Mikhail's list, which is it's called Nurgling Hell. So there's 2 great and clean ones. One has the Droning Shroud, which Wahapedia informs me. That's the Lone Op one.
Oh wow!
That's
Okay.
a Lone Op Aura one, which is really nice.
Nice.
And the second Grand Clean one has the Font of Spores.
So
which
the
is
Lone
another-
Up one is like the old Bellicor thing, sort of.
Yeah, essentially, yeah. Yeah. But only obviously targets Nurgle units, but yeah. And then the Font of Spores is +1 AP for
units
Nurgle
of
units,
N6.
which is really nice. Suddenly, like the Nurglings have lethal hits, yes.
Yeah.
They do?
Yeah, suddenly those attacks are not like, you know,
Can't ignore
nine. Yeah, 9 Nurgling bases have like 36 attacks. Suddenly they can kill off
the
the last models from something. Like it's
the
quite
the
funny,
o-
but
I've seen like Nurgling lists do quite well. With demons and with Chaos Knights actually, funny enough.
okay.
But I think the only killer for him in this situation is the WTC terrain. Although he's going to move block people, which is fantastic,
Mm.
it's
Well,
it's also hard to move them like
do,
nicely.
do remember the rules have changed, so just the base, like the hands and the
Yeah.
swords and everything
No, no,
doesn't
no,
count
no.
anymore. So it's just the base.
I mean the Nurglings
But yeah,
themselves because they're swarms.
the Nurgling, yeah,
Uh,
correct.
like
The Nurglings are
they're
swarms, so they cannot move through
they're great
buildings.
for move blocking. Like he's got a good round one because he's facing a lot of tanks. I take it.
Yeah.
So
Well, we're gonna go on that list as
yeah,
well.
yeah.
I guess. But yeah, like, yeah, but well, so Swarm hurts him a little bit, but he does have infiltrate, so he can start off with the Nurglings a little bit further up the board and not have to worry about getting shot because he also has the cannot be shot outside 18. So
Uh,
he can start with some Nurglings in the open, have like a straight
and
line, and
you,
just
you
have the Grand Clean one behind it.
you know what's fantastic about this? Can you read me Rotigus's ability, please?
Yes, I can.
I just want to see your face when you read it.
I don't remember what it does.
He's got two abilities. And wait till you read one of them, and I want to see your face.
Oh, he has the plasma damage.
So now you've got Nurglings. Hit him with lethals with an extra AP and a 2
Damage too. Yeah,
damage.
yeah. I can see that. I can see that. It's a very interesting list. Yeah, I don't think the half damage and half OC is gonna turn up in this matchup. But that's quite interesting. Well, we should say that the detachment rule for Nurgle demons is
It's all to do with Battle
uh,
Shock, right? If I remember
it's Battle
correctly.
Shock test. Yeah, and it expands to 9 inches. The Shadow of Chaos. Well, it has a 9-inch Shadow of Chaos always. For the enemy units, so they're always Shadow of Chaos. It's -1, I believe. To
Yes, yeah.
Battle Shock, and if you fail Battle Shock, you also take mortal wounds. And then a Poxbringer, I believe, with Maggot Moss, which is okay. That's very good. Force a Battle Shock in your shooting phase.
Yeah, and
Okay, yeah. But if they fail it, they don't take double mortal wounds. That's what this enhancement says. So if they fail it, they don't take mortal wounds from being in the Shadow of Chaos and his mortal wounds. They only take
yeah.
his mortal wounds, essentially. Okay,
And
that's
they also have the 6-inch subtract 1 from Battle Shock test built in, and they also give the unit they're leading 5+ crits.
which we're gonna go over it later, but I think like there's a lot of plague bearers to be led into battle.
Mhm.
Then we have Rotigus, which we went over. Sloppity Bile Piper. I think Sloppity Bile Piper does something with Battle Shock as well. Yeah,
I'll tell you
I can
now.
find him right
I
now.
think he
Sloppity Bile-
adds to advance and charge as well. 1 minute.
No, at the start, yeah, he
Advance.
does that at the start of the fight phase. Every enemy unit within 6 inches must take Battle Shock test. So lots and lots and lots of Battle Shocks to be taken, obviously, and a lot of Nurglings. My
Yeah.
god, this is a lot of Nurglings. And all these Nurglings are -1 to be hit within 6 inches, yes? Within 6 inches. They give -1 to hit aura, yeah?
Only to infantry.
Only to infantry, okay.
Yeah.
Battle
It's only melee attacks as well.
it's only melee. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, still, like, this is... They
Oh,
have
yeah.
this melee defense,
Imagine,
and then they have... Yeah.
imagine Votan Berserks going at them with no judgment token. Sorry, buddy, you hit on 5s.
Yeah. Like, it's tough to kill them all. And they have 4 wounds each, which is such a weird...
Breakpoint, yeah.
They're T3 wounds 4. It's okay, 4 wounds is still like similar to 3 in that they need 2 damage 2 attacks, which is damage 2. It's a lot. There's a lot of it in the game, but needing 2 damage 3 attacks is gonna hurt a lot of people. Very interesting list. I would not be looking forward to playing into this. I'm not gonna lie.
No,
Like,
that's a list that you need to be able to like melt 2 entire squads per turn, like efficiently.
yeah.
Which
the other thing as well, the normal great unclean ones give a 6-up feel no pain as well. So not only are they 4 wounds, they've all got a 6-up feel no pain.
you're talking about the Nurglings.
So,
yeah.
the Nurglings,
Screws
yeah.
up the
So
math.
I mean,
every 3 bases you save 2 wounds, let's say. So it's
it's.
Are they 4 wounds each, or is that my imagination?
Yeah,
So yeah, that's
T3 too. T3 as well.
that's already hard to shift. 4 wounds is kind of is weird.
They only have a 6-up invul, no other save. So
yes, but suddenly even damage 2 is not super efficient into it.
No, it's not.
Well,
it's better than damage 3.
It is better than damage 3. Yeah.
Well, okay, damage 3 kind of helps you navigate the 6-up invul pain though.
Yeah, but chances are you don't have damage 3 in the quantity that you would damage 2.
Oh, I do. In my list, I too.
Well,
I very much.
You're a special little admech, aren't you?
I have a lot of damage 3. But yeah, it's.
I also have a lot of damage 3, by the way.
Sock just mentioned in chat as well. So if they take a battle shock and they pass, D3 come back as well.
D3 models.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's why you gotta kill the whole unit.
You either wanna wipe them out or keep them at 5.
I think
don't
like
take them down to 4. If you take them down to 4, it's the worst case for you.
I think a typical like Space Marine list at the moment, like the Oath list, like Codex compliant Space Marine. Sorry, should I say? They probably won't mind this too much, but yeah.
Still, like, there's you get 5 oaths per game. 10 if you're using Gilliman, but 5 oaths per game essentially. And there's 6 Nurgling squads.
And then there's the big guys as well.
Really
and the big guys and the plague bearers. Like, I don't think you can be wasting oaths on Nurglings that much.
Look, hopefully still, I don't know if there's been a change, but Nurglings are still OC0.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
And they can't do actions, obviously, as well.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's something, I guess.
Yeah. All right. So here's the thing. The stratagems, we're gonna go over them quickly. The 5+ crits is incredible in the Nurglings. Somehow, because the 9 base unit gets 36 attacks in. They get 12 lethals of AP 1 damage 2. They kill 6 Space Marines. Basically.
It's so silly, but I love it.
With 1 CP, they kill 6. Like, if they charge the scouts, they're gonna kill the scouts. That's right. That's quite good. It's quite good of like getting like an overwhelming force round 1. Or I don't think the scouts are gonna be that close, obviously.
The next one as well is the next stratagem is +1 to hit for 1 CP.
Okay, +1 to hit.
And take a battle
and,
shock afterwards.
and take a battle shock afterwards in the shooting or the fight phase, which is
Yeah.
really nice. Then we have we have 2 CP though, so like I don't know. It's okay. It's D3 destroyed
Models.
battle line models, which is really good on Nurglings, but it's 2 CP. So
Yeah.
like I would see it using it on a Plague Bearers unit maybe that's controlling an objective, and there's like 3 or 4 models left, and you want to heal up to not get battle shock. But
Or
again,
no,
it's
don't
a
forget
little-
it's in your command phase as well, so you could
yeah,
bring them back and string them out onto an objective.
yeah.
Things like that, I suppose.
Okay, there you.
Is there any other special thing about this list, or shall we move on to a
Well,
next one?
Well, we can move on quickly. We can say there's 1 CP to move any Nurgle unit through buildings, so Nurglings or big guys. There's an auto advance 5 for just Plague Bearers, and last but not least, okay, you basically can chain the battle shocks. So someone takes a battle shock within 9 of you, and then you string it out to 9 inches from that unit.
Okay.
So it's quite an interesting list. Can go through walls, like that's very nice. We can move on. Anyone else has an interesting list they want to talk about? All right, we can talk about my admech lists.
Let's do it. Damage 3.
I like.
Yeah, you whatever you say, people
Okay.
just believe it because
Yeah.
no one knows what Abmeg do. Like they're just a myth on the table.
So yeah, I roll a dice at the beginning of the game on a 2+. My opponent has to take 45 more. No. This is my list title. It's really nice. People should read it. Should read through it. It's really nice. Anyways, so I have an ugly Pecklick guy. I had 50 points. I had to do something.
Radium Giselle. What?
Yeah.
Okay.
Should be afraid of the Jezzail. So he's just lone op. We have a Techno Archaeologist here. He blocks Deep Strike outside 12. And then we have a Dominus. Dominus gives a 5+ Feel No Pain. He does some mortal wounds to vehicles in the fight phase. And he has the enhancement Sanctified Ordnance, which gives +6 inches to range of all range weapons in the unit, and reroll hazardous tests. So you'll see how this works very well. Then we have a Tech Priest Manipulus. He gives lethal hits, and once per game he gives his unit 4 up invul, and he has the enhancement Cognitive Reinforcement, which Cognitive Reinforcement gives his unit double doctrinas. So +1 ballistic skill, +1 weapon skill, heavy assault, -1 to be hit in melee if I'm within 6 inches of a battle line unit, and +1 AP if I'm within 6 inches of a battle line unit. Lots and lots and lots of rules, AdMech style. Skitari Rangers, they have Sticky, they're my battle line unit. And then I have some Iron Strider Ballistari, they have 2 shots of last cannon each with sustained hits 1. And the detachment allows me to push crit hits on 5+. Should have said I'm using Halo Crit, Clade, which is the Grotmass detachment. I choose 2 units and they do things. They get +1 toughness, +2 movement, assault and charge, or stealth, one of the 4. We have Breachers, which do a lot of shooting. They have full rerolls to hit. They have damage flat 3. Then we have the Cataphront Destroyers. They get the +6 inches and reroll hazardous, which goes really well with overcharging plasma. It goes to 42 inches. The Flamer goes to 18 inches. So it's really scary unit for 210 points plus the enhancements. And then we just have Sky Stalkers. They can move after shooting. Cerberus Raiders. They can move after. They have a reactive move. Infiltrators, Rust Stalkers with Dev Wounds, 10-5-5, and then some Dragoons with Lances. They have sustain hits 2.
The Taser Chickens.
The Taser Chickens, they have sustain hits 2. They will be hitting on 3+, and they're gonna be critting on 5+. So that's a lot of attacks. It's 4 attacks each, 12 attacks that generate 60. And they have Anti-Walker 2+ and Lance. So it'll be most likely wounding anything on 4+ or better, AP 2 damage 2. Quite some good damage. So yeah, I cannot wait to try this list out. I haven't played it a lot. Played 1 or 2 variations of it, but we'll see. First time I'm not using robots in this list. So yeah, I decided to drop them and add more stuff, basically. But it's a weird list because it has a lot of things that do different things. Like it has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 units, and like 10 of them are different. Or 8 of them are different. So lots of damage 3. So
We should be scared of you as well.
we'll see. I don't know how well I can pilot it. So it's a tricky list, but I don't know how well I can pilot it. Let's see. I don't know. I could have taken Custodes Dreadnoughts and just move through walls 17 inches, but I decided not to.
Kool-Aid man.
Kool-Aid man. So which other list should we look at?
There's a Dark Angels list there, but that's a Blood Angel list actually.
That's a Blood Angels list. Ali's playing the cheeky. I'm playing Blood Angels, but actually I get +1
to wound
because
I don't need any Blood Angel characters. Yep.
He's playing
Yeah,
the old
no,
inner
yeah.
special.
Yes.
Well,
correct.
actually, this has like almost every Space Marine infantry unit that is relevant, like one
So,
of each.
So basically, what I'm going to do is this whole tournament is take the piss out of Ali for not using Dark Angels again. Because last time he was using green Ultramarines. Now he's going to be using green Blood Angels.
Yeah, like that's and 2 Vindicators. Okay.
Yep. A lot of stuff.
Interesting list. Lots of stuff. Desolators making their comeback because they get +1 now as well.
Yep.
Yeah, and you can put them on a second floor in your backfield and get the plunging fire as well, I believe.
Yeah, +1 AP.
Yeah,
Or put them
it
in
will have to be the top floor.
Or they can just be in the Impulsor, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Just pew pew from the Impulsor.
We can have a look at one more list, and then we can move on. I'm not so confident I know what the guard list does, so I don't want to go over it that much, but we can take a look at it. It's the Hammer of the Emperor.
Which does what?
Detachment. That would I would need to look at the guard codex.
Yeah, let's look at it.
But I just have to
Basically, I saw that there's 5 tanks and lots of little boys.
Yes, so the list consists of tank commander, Tempestus command squad. Oh, let's not forget the Ontus. Tempestus command squad, Catachans, Cadians, Cadians sticky, Chimeras, Taurox, and then an Exterminator, a Vanquisher, a Battle Tank, a Demolisher, a Hellhound, Scout Sentinel, 10 Kazarkin, and it depends on science. So it's an assortment of Lehman Russes. I don't know what you would call that. But lots of Lehman Russes, like they can do different things. The Exterminator adds AP. The Demolisher lost some attacks but went down in points. Battle Tank is a great it's a great tool because it gets full reels to hit, so you can even bypass giving him an order, and you have D6 plus 3 shots. You can push the AP to AP3, AP2 with ignore cover, so an effective of AP3. And it gets full reels to hit with that damage flat 3 gun. So I really like the battle tank. Quite interesting assortment of tanks. Don't know about the Vanquisher, but I guess points might have pushed it to be demoted from something else. Interestingly enough, no Eradicator, I think it's called. Yeah. Look from this completely legal codex at the Hammer of the Emperor.
Oh yeah, I shared you them photos earlier from my codex that I brought and ordered from the store.
This is
them ones,
this
yeah.
is Tom. Yeah, I can see your
Just because I've never
hand there.
I've collected guard once and I just wanted to do it again.
So they add 6 to the movement instead of advancing, and they can move through engagement range, which is it's an interesting attachment rule that would probably not come up a lot. It's the auto advance 6 and move through engagement range. Cannot move over.
Yeah.
But you can move through engagement range, which is interesting. And I do believe they have blazing advance stratagem for advance and shoot. So again, like you can give them move for +3 and auto advance 6, and a tank can move 19 inches and shoot. And if you play crash through as well, you can move through terrain features.
I was gonna say I was just looking then if there was a strat to do that. So yeah, that's funny.
Yeah. So you can move a tank 19 inches through wall within engagement range of things, stop somewhere after 19 inches and shoot. Like you can do some silly things with this.
Yeah, so you want to put one model on my expansion objective? Zoom 19 inches. Goodbye.
This is gonna be very interesting. They also have fallback and shoot, so you cannot really lock all the tanks down. At least one will be able to fall back and shoot.
Unless you have a lot of Nurglings.
Unless you have a lot of Nurglings. Correct.
Oh,
Correct. But
Nikita is telling us that you can disembark out of a Taurox after an advance.
Of course, yeah, that's the Taurox rule, and
which means you can just rocket your units out of the Taurox through buildings, just like
yeah.
Wow.
And I believe it's normal Taurox or Prime. Yeah, it's a normal Taurox. I think the normal Taurox moves more than the Prime, but I don't remember. They move really fast. They move 12, I think, the Tauroxes. Let's check it out.
Don't they have Scout as well?
So Prime, no, they don't. Prime moves 12. Taurox, okay, so it moves 12. Moves normal 12. But I assume he could be taking the 10 Kasserkin in this.
Yeah.
Or the 5 Scions with the command squad. Not sure. That might be deep striking, but yeah, you can do that. You can do that, and it's it's quite interesting. And you also have -1 damage in the shooting phase for 2 CP. Extra AP, which is really nice if you're shooting within 12. And the ignore ballistic skill and hit roll stratagem, which is this is gonna be quite interesting of a game, because on one hand you have demons moving through walls and then tanks that move through walls, so they can be they can be moving all around the board. I still think the demons can pressure enough up the board that the 20 counterchants in chimeras cannot do much to stop. So, like, guards gonna lose their scout move essentially because of the nerdlings.
Yeah, I mean, with 12 Nurgling bases, you can pretty much just go in a straight line and
Yeah.
just be like, no.
So, and yeah, like that's the issue. I think this game is gonna be really tough on the guard because of the pressure.
It's
The
one of those
Nurgle demons
games where I think for most people in turns 1, 2, and 3, it's going to be, well, 1 and 2, it's going to be hell. 3 will be your
Yeah.
turning point turn to flip the game upside down.
It's still though it's not like you're playing against 54 Nurglings and that's it. There's still like 40
Yeah,
clay
of
bearers,
course.
3 fat boys, like what you should. Granted, guard has a lot of things that they can throw into the Nurglings and kill them, like a lot of damage 3, so we can ignore a little bit the Film of Pain. But it also struggles against the Canopy Shodatai 18, because tanks cannot be in the same spot. So you can make it so that your opponent can shoot some things and then other stuff cannot shoot at your guys. So it's gonna be interesting. Yeah, it's gonna be a fun matchup. I wouldn't want to be playing against the demons though, because it's just suffocating. Anyone else? Anyone other list you guys want to talk about, or we can move on?
I think we could. Well, maybe we just go through all the. I'm always curious to see what the spread of factions is like.
Can you just check
Yeah.
out my list title so I can give people shit because I like doing it? It's fun.
Oh yeah, we can check. We can check Tom's list title, which is the second best.
It better better be Rock and Stone.
No, it's not. It's
So how can it even be the best?
me looking at other people's lists after beating Kontakov. I could do that. What's this? What's this? It's a YouTube link, so I'll trust it. Okay. An hour of giving it effect.
No, of course. Of course.
Okay. Actually, what does Sock have for his? He doesn't have anything. Come on, Sock.
Come on, Sock.
Yeah,
You know
what is
better.
interesting? What is interesting this title?
Well, I have one if you need one.
Let's see Vlad's list title. Okay, it's a link. Okay, it's a link. Brutal mechanic, kind of a brutal demo. What is this? Is this a game?
Nobody
That's
knows
a
what
song.
nobody knows what this is.
Move on, then. Yeah, I know. Yeah, no other list I remember that has like a cool.
So is it just 2 Space Marines?
That'd be interesting. That'd be weird,
I
but yes,
I almost made it. I
is
almost made it 3, but I had to represent in green.
It's just 2 Space Marines, 2 Leagues of Wotan,
2 Necrons.
2 Necrons, and then I think it's just 1/1/1, 1 Orc, 1 Demon, 1 Death Guard, 1 Sisters, 1 GSC, 1 CSM, 1 Atmech, 1 Guard, 1 Drukari, 1 Eldar.
Nice spread.
Yeah,
I
as
like
always.
it.
As always,
like
we're
yeah.
lucky. We're lucky to be playing in a very like
diverse.
Well, the last year and a half, especially, we've been really lucky playing.
Best community.
There we go. The meta has been has varied a lot, which is nice. So we don't play against the same stuff over and over again.
Yep. And
Um,
literally, most people bring a variety as well. Like we have our resident elves, resident chaos players, and so on. But
yeah,
And then
no,
you just have people just like waiting for their chaos codexes, so they're just throwing shits at the wall and seeing if it
yeah,
sticks.
and
That's...
buying a League of Votan army on a whim,
Speaking of, Tom, are you gonna be buying the Emperor's Children box?
I probably won't be, to be honest.
Okay.
I feel like they're gonna mostly be a melee army,
Mm.
and I've already got World Eaters for that, and I like having armies that just are different in play style, if that makes sense.
that makes
Don't
absolute
get me
sense.
wrong, they're gonna have a lot of minute different things going on, obviously, with them being Emperor's Children. And plus, obviously, Sok, who I play with all the time in Paphos, who I've been playing with since we were like 12 years old. He's always loved Slanesh, so he's obviously going to get Emperor's Children. So I'm not going to get them as well.
Okay.
But no, I'm quite excited for the World Eaters. To be honest, I'm quite excited for Death Guard and Thousand Sons as well, because especially Thousand Sons, because although I shit on them a lot because they're horrible to play against, I feel for their player base because they've just been so constricted on what to take all the time. Like their lists, bar maybe 1 or 2 units, haven't changed since the start of 10th. And they've just been punished for bad rules writing. Like I would have much preferred the rules get adjusted or they get something changes, and instead of just going, oh, your points go up, your points go up, your points go up. It's and it's the same with Death Guard as well. Like they started off not that great, then they like shot back up, and now they're kind of like I would say a 50-50 army. They're in a good player's hands. They do well.
So
it,
I will say about Death Guard, sorry, Charlie, I'll say about
right.
Death Guard that it will be very interesting if the rumors we've heard about Emperor's Children losing access to all the tanks essentially.
Yes, yeah.
If that hits all the Divergent Legions or the God specific legions, whatever they're called, Death Guard are gonna get hit hard. But obviously, new codex means different rules and stuff. But if they happen to lose access to Predators and stuff,
Oh
it's
yeah,
gonna hurt
because
Death
I
Guard.
mean, all right, maybe not every list on WTC terrain, but like on UKTC or in the US, most lists you're seeing are like free Plague Burst Crawlers, free Predator Destructors, free Blight Drones, and then they're just taking Mortarion and a couple other bits, and that's it. So yeah, it's going to be interesting to see. I'm quite interested to see if the rumor of the demons thing is true as well, where you can take half demons
in one detachment only.
Yeah,
and no other detachment can take them.
Yeah, so that's going to be quite interesting to see. I don't know if I read about there's a battle line tax for that. I really hope there isn't. I'd love to see a list where someone because I know Sock will be theory crafting this already, where he can take Fulgrim and then like Free Keepers and Shalaxi and just be like, let's go.
yeah, I know what you're talking about. The 3 Bloodthirsters and
Angler. Well,
yeah.
Points wise, yeah, you have to see why.
It will work. I think it will work. I think they're below 500 points. So,
and
there's a line tax.
I don't know about Emperor's Children so much, but for World Eaters, that's law friendly. Like.
Oh yeah, it's only up to 1,000 points though. So you probably
Yes, exactly. Yeah, that's the thing. So you'd probably take 2, and then some Flesh Hounds and
1,000 Suns can probably fit in all 4 birds, because it's like Kairos is like 240, and then
the
normal
the
birds are
cheapest
like 220.
ones.
It's like I think they might be able to fit in all 4
Yeah.
big birds, but I don't think anyone else would be able. Yeah.
And
Well, Grand
obviously,
Clean one's cheap. It's like 230.
uh, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, you can run 3 Grand Clean ones.
The thing is about the Great Unclean one, like I really like the model and he's
Mm.
awesome. But I just miss the enhancement from the index attachment for the 4-up Feel No
4-up.
Pain.
Yeah.
Because then you're just playing a game of 4-ups, and I think this is going to be quite important for Mikhail and his games as well. Like the minute you start getting hit by something big, and your big guy just gets removed in one turn. Like I've played with Rotagus a few times,
Mm.
and if someone with like, I don't know, say for example Fire Dragons, if they focus fire on him, or Eradicators, or something along those lines,
Yeah.
they if you roll below average on your saves, that's it, he's gone. Like,
Gone. Yeah.
but don't get me wrong, there is a flip side where he
You
passes
roll
all his
everything.
saves, and
Yeah.
it's something that I really hope they. Obviously, there's rumors of 11th edition for obviously June next year. I'd really like to see them adjust invuln somehow, or invuln only armies, because I know we play a dice game, but I think
Yeah,
when all your army revolves around a 4+,
I agree.
kind of rough. I
agree.
mean, as we all joke in the community, I'm known for rolling quite hot and obnoxiously sometimes, although no one talks about the times I roll bad. And when I've rolled with Angron before and just rolled 4-up, 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 4, it just feels horrible. Like, no, it feels
Yeah.
great for me, but when you're going against someone who's doing that, it's not nice. And
On the flip side, it feels horrible, like having to make 3 4-ups against D6 damage weapons, and you fail all 3, and your
yeah,
opponent's like
exactly.
take 15 damage,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
you just die.
Yeah, like
So okay.
obviously I've played against Sox/Slash Demons a lot, and there's been times where he's passed them all, and then there's been times where he just fails them all on one turn, and you remove 2 keepers, and it's. I just think it's a feels bad moment.
Yeah. It's weird to balance around. Like I think in older editions it was done better. Because you had less attacks, everything had fewer attacks. Everything had fewer attacks. Everything had fewer wounds. And so it was easier to like it was easier for tough things to stay tough, but
Yeah.
between them they could kill each other. But now like guardsmen shoot an Angron or a 10-man intercessor squad can be shooting at Angron with like full rerolls to hit and then 5+2. And then that's 40 attacks. They get like 30 whatever hits, and then they wound like 12 times the AP1, AP2, or whatever. And suddenly you get all that chip damage from units that shouldn't be doing that chip damage. I think it's we might be sounding a little bit
No,
40k boomers, but
no. I want to say as well, like I'll be honest, I've kind of taken a step back from 40k over the Christmas period. Been getting over into Blood Bowl a lot. Me and the guys, Yonkai and a few others, have got into Lord of the Rings as well. But I do want to say I do still think 40k is in a really good place at the moment. I just hope it continues with the newer releases. I'd say maybe the top 4 at the moment. On higher end tables, let's say you're probably looking at. Well, we'll see with the codexes, but obviously currently I'd say Guard, Space Marines. The Lesh Demons is a funny one. I think if you go against them and you know what to expect, you can beat them.
it's also gonna get nerfed hard.
But I think the Slanesh Demons at the moment, they're what you'd call a mid-table bully. So on the lower end tables and like up, people just don't know what to do and get destroyed.
No, the meta right now, I think I haven't been following as close either. I've taken a little bit of a break as well, but like the meta has been a little bit fluid like 1 week, an army has a 55% win rate. Like,
Yeah, I
certain
mean
detachment has a 55% win rate, and then the next is like 48.
this
So it's
week,
like,
last week, do you know who had the highest win rate?
who did?
Thousand Suns.
Okay.
And
Okay.
it's just like
They
madness.
they did well. They did well. Yeah, Cult of Magic. They did very
Yeah.
well. It was like it wasn't like 2 players. I think it was like
It just goes to show, like,
something.
Thousand Suns disappear for a little bit. They come back when people don't expect them, and you're not prepared for them, and they just delete you.
I think the issue with Thousand Suns is that they're not right now. They're not like top in terms of power level, and a lot of people are experiencing fatigue of playing the same things, playing
Yeah.
Magnus and rubrics and lone sorcerers, and just like it's the same thing. It's the same thing over and over again. I think it gets tiring. Like, people would want to like unless that thing is top level, like at the very top, a lot of people are going to get tired and like try other things that are strong. And I think that's what that can happen with Thousand Suns.
Yeah, no, 100%. That's what we touched on before. It's the same with me with World Eaters. Like, really enjoy them. I love the army. I'm lucky enough to have fully painted them and got most of the units. But I just go back to the same 2 lists pretty much every time.
Yeah, fair enough.
But yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited to see what's next. I want to see what happens to CK and Imperial Knights as well. I know a lot of the community were a bit annoyed because I don't think they were mentioned in the upcoming stuff when previously they were on the old roadmap. But we could talk about GW's roadmaps for a while. There's no point. And obviously, the real suspect thing was that there was a picture of a salamander. So,
I have no idea what the hell was up with that.
I think the rumor is that the new campaign that will lead into 11th edition will be mostly featured around the salamanders, but obviously that's a pinch of salt, you know. And yeah, like Sok just said in the chat, like, he's playing Sisters because it's something fresh and new, and it's exactly the same as me with Votan. Like, I've played a couple of games with them now on TTS. Done pretty well with them, and I just want to put them on the table because I haven't played with them on the table. And I actually enjoy them because I can just tell people what my Votan army does, and they're a nice, honest army. Like, there's no major janky stuff. Let's put it that way. Don't get me wrong. All armies have a little bit of jank.
Are you saying you'd never play elves, especially when they have 71% win rate?
I did play elves, and I have a Citadel case behind me with about 30 Howling Banshees, 30 Fire Dragons. I have Sock's Eldar models in the cupboard as well, and he's got all of the Aspect Warriors. Like, me or Sock could have come this Sunday with a nasty Eldar list, but I don't know. I'm excited to see how they shift the meta. I really, really am. But again, and it's the same with Eldar, every edition, you can tell they've got a writer in Games Workshop who really likes Eldar. Like, no, I don't mean from like a broken standpoint. I mean, each of their units is well respected to what they do in the lore, which is really cool. The thing I'm not a fan of is, for example, you have one of the top 10 Eldar players in the world, and he plays his first 3 games are on mid tables ish, let's say. None of those players are going to know how to deal with these units copping out, getting back in transports, phantasming away. It's quite, and obviously we faced this at the start of 10th. Not me, because I was playing them, but like, it can be quite uninteractable. And although I understand if elves get left out in the open, they get fried.
They die.
However, from what I've read, I don't know how true it is. If you play very carefully, it's more than likely that most of the units will be safe if you play it according to the plan. So I'm interested.
The one thing that can really destroy them is a nice guard list with 9 mortars.
Oh
Like,
yeah, they hate indirect. Hate it.
they absolutely hate it, and you can take a lot more. It's like you can take like 9 mortars. You can take 18 mortars if you want, or even 27.
And this is the thing
As
that I
guard.
think is going to be funny now in the meta. So I think Eldar are not going to immediately go wham 70% or 60%. I think they are a fair army. I want to stipulate that. Like I do think they are. But I think because a lot of Eldar players are going to pick them up again, you're going to see Death Guard turning up with triple Plague Burst. You're going to see more Desolation Marines. You're going to see Guard with mortars, like you said. Like indirect is going to come back, and then that starts a whole nother topic of 40k is indirect bad? Like it's like, you know.
No, I agree. I agree. Yeah, they absolutely hate indirect. Like, how many things can you put in a transport? It's like not that many.
Yeah.
So like your, I don't know, your Scorpions, your
Well, the thing is, like, say I'm playing CK,
Dark
and
Reapers.
I don't know, Howling Banshees get back in a Wave Serpent. I move up a Brigand, fry the Wave Serpent, and then I shoot all my Havocs into the Howling Banshees. Like they hate it. It's not nice. It's you know.
It's because it's a bunch of 1 wound T3 models. So every single indirect in the game wounds them on 3+.
Yeah.
So if you do the math, that's 1/3 of all shots wound. And if they save on 3+, that's 1/9 of all shots kills the model. So when you scale it up to like,
and obviously there's ways to like
8 mortars,
increase. There's ways to increase AP in certain armies.
Yeah.
It's like it's.
But like it's most indirect is like AP2 max or AP1. So again, like if you lose a model from 9 indirect shots on average, that's like about 8 mortars. Well, about 8 mortars kills a unit. 8, no, kill like with the blast. About 9 mortars kills a unit.
What's really funny is as well with Eldar coming back is that we were just talking about. I think Thousand Sons are going to enjoy playing against Eldar.
Yes and no, because of the no Overwatch. The no Overwatch can be annoying. Yeah, the no Overwatch can be annoying.
The no Overwatch is just on the Howling Banshees again, like it used to be, correct?
No, it's a token.
Oh, is it a token? Okay, nice.
Token.
Sorry, I haven't read up on them, to be honest.
Yeah.
Go on.
The good thing is that it can only be played once, I believe, and per turn.
Yeah.
Well, per phase. Phase or turn. I'm not really familiar with that. And it has to be declared before. So be careful if your opponent tries to move something. You declare Overwatch on it, and then they go, "Oh, sorry. I want to play." Yeah, that
so
would be.
It's on both players to say, "Oh, you want to move them? Or I might Overwatch you," and then they decide if they use it, and then yeah.
But
I
it has
saw
to be declared before.
I saw a big discussion about this as well, like intent online, and you've got to remember, like you've both got to declare your intent, not just one person.
Of course.
Sorry, I just saw a big discussion on it on Reddit yesterday, and like, you know, it's important. Like in that situation, the Eldar player goes, "I want to move these guys," and then the Thousand Sons player, for example, goes, "I might Overwatch you," so he then has to decide. So there was one more thing that I wanted to talk about. Oh God, what was it? That was it. So when I read the breakdown of the codex, do you know one list that really interested me? And I think it has the potential. Say you went to a really big tournament, I think you can go 3-2, 4-1. I don't think you'd win it. I'd just like to turn up with max Wind Riders in the Wind Rider detachment.
Okay.
It's a really cool detachment. Shining Spears, I think, are a little bit overcosted for what they do still, and big bases.
No. I was gonna say, can we talk about how Shining Spears are really, really strong? They are
They
They
are
are.
very good, and they can zoom across the map like
They move through
the other end.
buildings.
Like
They move through buildings.
they have old fly. Yeah.
They have all fly. They wound pretty much everything except T6 or higher infantry and bikes. Except T6 infantry and bikes. They wound everything else on 3+.
Yeah,
Because they have lance, anti-vehicle 3+, anti-monster 3+.
So like usual, custodies are safe.
yeah.
Well, I mean, you still get wounded on 4 up.
Yeah.
Like, and no, custodians are not
It-
safe because the Surman is roaming around with his dev wounds once per game, dev wounds 3, anti-infantry 3+, damage 3, 24-inch assault pistol.
Beautiful.
See,
So
when I looked at it, I was just like, you probably shouldn't, but it would be really fun to just take 6 units of max wind riders and then like a couple of 3x3 shining spears and just rock
spears
with it. And just rock with it. I think the 6-man unit is a trap. I think you struggle,
spears.
especially on WTC terrain. I think it's a bit of a trap. You struggle to get them all in. I've played with them in the previous edition, and their bases are so big, they're quite deceiving.
They're
on
60mm base.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I play right now with 12 60mm bases.
Oh, with dreadnoughts.
No, with
Creatures.
with breachers and destroyers.
Ah, okay, yeah.
It's a mess to move. Like,
Yeah, it's really
Yeah,
deceiving.
you measure from the front of the unit and you're like, well, okay, if I roll a 1 advance, I can shoot everything. And then you realize from the back of the unit you need to move another 6 inches. Like,
Yeah.
it hurts. Like, you lose a lot of movement. Especially on charges, you might say, okay, with the 5-inch charge I'm in, but then you have 3 models which are string out.
Yeah,
and you cannot
exactly.
reach it.
That's a thing, and it's like with the Eldar moving stuff. Like it's going to be difficult to move shining spears behind stuff again once they've gone out.
Well,
I-
that's why you take units of 3 though.
Yeah. That's what I think. It's kind of like the sanguinary guard thing, where maybe the units of 6 are a trap.
If you don't play
No.
18, you're not a
No.
you're not a true Blood Angel.
I was
18
very
sanguinary guard.
close to actually taking Blood Angels. I was going to message Ale and be like, "What have you got?" Because I wasn't sure I'd be able to build all the dwarfs, but Jamie helped me. Not only did he print them, he helped me build them all. Well, he built them all, actually. I didn't do anything.
Oh wow, okay. Okay, I thought you built some.
No. Not one. So, what I'm turning up with on Sunday, I've not built a single model, and only painted half of it.
I mean, yeah, like I'm gonna have to proxy. So
Same.
How do you feel, Vlad? Sorry, about Space Marines at the moment.
about Space Marines, I mean,
Just playing orcs.
No, but okay. Talk about Tactical Brigade first. How are you feeling on it?
well, I've had precisely, let's call it 60% of a game with them so far.
Okay.
But it's basically fucking fantastic detachment. I don't even know what to tell you. It's so good. It's like you've played against Warhorde often, right? So Warhorde goes in your face, smacks you, destroys you, and okay, the advantage of Warhorde compared to tactical is that you're a little bit more tanky and obviously more damage because of the the sustains, right? But then the strats like -1 to wound and fight on death make you trade better, survive longer, yada yada yada. But then your other option was to play what it's called, Dread Mob, not Death Mob, yeah, Dread Mob, and to go like heavy on the shooting, but then you're paying the price of how much melee do I take?
Smashing the red button.
Yeah, and that.
Taking dev wounds.
And then for Christmas they gave us this lovely present of how would you
Mm.
like to play both of those things at the same time? And it's even better.
Yeah.
And how would you
Interesting
like,
to see.
just around that time, how would you like us to release new kill teams, which are really good in 40k as well?
Yeah, they've been putting in work from what I've seen. I take it you're going to be proxying some on Sunday.
Yeah,
Tank busters.
Yeah.
I'll be playing one unit of Breaker Boys and 2 Tank Busters.
Mm.
I mean,
Just love the
like,
fact they've got hammers with fucking rockets attached to them. Such cool models. Such cool models.
I remember that guy in with the 8th edition codex. Well, it was in a tank bastard unit, and you had one guy with the rocket,
Yeah, with the big
Right.
hammer. Yeah.
and he got one attack, and if it hit on like 3+ or whatever, it did D6 mortal wounds, and then he died,
nice.
He did his job.
and that was it.
Do you know what
I
I
got
really? Well, there's quite a few things I miss from old Orc rules because they used to be very silly. But I actually miss when the shock attack gun first came out. The rules on that gun was so funny. You just rolled 2d6 and something random happened.
Can I tell you the
Alright.
best thing about Tactical Brigade?
Yeah, go ahead.
Honestly, what like the most feels good moment of Tactical Brigade is not relying on AP -1.
Yeah, AP1.
It's such a refreshing feel. Obviously, shooting with orcs is refreshing, but even more than that, it's the fact that there's a lot of AP2, AP3, and AP4 in the well, AP4 is the shock attack guns, but still, like,
Yeah.
yeah, sometimes the shock attack gun can like pop off more by itself than the other thing. So
No, I love to see it, man. Like I said, I think it was in 8th edition. I used to have 30 looters. Were they looters? Are they even still in the book? The guys with the machine gun on their shoulder.
Yep, that's Ludus.
Yeah.
I had 3 units of 10 just chilling, like, and then I had like Morkanauts just going forward, giving everyone the invuln, and yeah, it was.
I
And
mean,
hit that back then. I think it was hitting on 5s, reroll 1s, but 6s got you 2 shots. So it was, yeah.
No, it was 6s. 6s were sustained because it was old Daka Daka Daka.
Yeah.
And
So yeah, it was nice.
if you were playing the shooty detachment, weren't you hitting on 4-ups or something like that?
well, Loot does
I
now
remember.
Loot does now have a ballistic skill of 6.
Yeah, I've seen that they just haven't really made it in
Ugh.
10th edition.
But
Do they have heavy?
they
Do they
have
have heavy?
They have heavy. They have, and you get you get +1 from the detachment, and if they're shooting something on the objective, they get full rerolls, which is nice.
Oh, okay.
It's +1 ballistic skill from the detachment or +1 to hit?
+1 to hit.
It doesn't stack them with heavy.
Go.
So you're hitting on 5s.
Just
So you're hitting on
hopefully
5s with full rerolls. Okay, that's 5 out of 9 hits.
Yeah. But again, has to be on an objective. The good news, I guess, is that it's 48-inch range, so you actually can sit and wait.
It comes back to that thing of standing still is never good though.
Yes.
And I think.
But you don't care about heavy though, because you can give them the order of
Oh,
hit.
yeah, fair.
Yeah, so heavy doesn't.
So either or, it's the same thing. And I hate to come back round to it, but that's why I think Eldar will do well again because it's just they're the kings of the movement game.
Yeah. It's
Games are won and lost on movement. Like it's the hardest thing to learn in this game.
Yep.
You can learn like your mass and if you should delete that if you move forward, but it's where to place your models. And yeah, it's Eldar have a ways to jank that. So
yeah.
You know, like, oh, I fucked up in my movement phase, so I'm going to use this token. And, you know, like, I haven't read the rules outright. I don't know how they all work, I have to be honest. But
You can move after you get shot.
yeah.
That's it.
So, yeah, it's interesting to see. I'm excited to see it.
And
maybe.
Yeah. Oh,
Go on.
You first.
Maybe, just maybe, in a month or two, we'll see if there's some nice Wind Rider files. And, you know.
I might have to join on that one. I love Wind.
I'll do that. I'll do that thing where you like spray them blue and then you like flick white paint on them and
Look at
Starboys.
this great, yeah. Look at this great paint job I did.
Go on, Vlad. What were you going to say
Yeah, I
before?
was gonna
Sorry.
say, since you asked about Space Marines, I mean, Space Marines feel great. What can I tell you? The +1 to wound makes a world of difference. Especially when you play Gilliman, so you can get it twice, right? But even without Gilliman, like, Space Marines were always killy with Oath. Now they're even killier. Like, now it's like even more guaranteed. And then I think what is nice now is that, well, okay, maybe it's not so nice for people who are not playing non-codex compliant, right?
Okay.
But so I love Ultramarines, right? And like I told Marius the other day, I literally feel like I can make 5 to 6 different Ultramarine lists, and they all feel legit.
Yeah.
With Gilliman, without Gilliman,
Yeah.
Iron
Can go.
Storm,
Yeah.
whatever. You can do like
Vanguard,
4 or 5
still,
different
Gladius.
detachments and make it work.
Yeah.
Or you do like, or you like what Ali did. You play like Blood Angels, but without Blood Angel units.
I've even seen Anvil Siege Forces doing well at the moment.
And then
don't ask me on lists.
there's freaking Death Watch now, which is doing great as well. So
yeah, I'm glad we don't have a resident Death Watch player who's on the island at the moment, should I say?
Oh my god, Death Watch Terminators are pretty disgusting.
I love seeing Death Watch, but playing against them, it just screws with your mind. It's one of those armies where you're like, what is going on here, bro? Like,
yeah.
But they are teleport gun good is the new phrase, I believe. So yeah.
Yeah. All my armies got buffed. I'm a very happy boy. Like even Grey Knights, like I think the new detachment is better.
Yeah,
yeah,
because of rerolls, just instantly like, hey, we've been shooting big robots all game, and we needed tech marines. How about you don't need those tech marines anymore?
They've been doing relatively well in the recent meta, as far as I'm aware. They've been like between 50 and 55% win rate.
They're like good. They're not like busted or anything, but
the main complaint everyone has is that just kill the NDKs again. That's what everyone's saying online. They give the NDKs a breath of like fresh air, and then they just start wrecking people again. Everyone's like, nope, no. But again, I feel sorry for the Grey Knight players because, I mean, I don't know too much about the new detachment, but I suppose you're still looking at 3 NDKs all the time, minimum.
Yeah, pretty much.
Character one.
Yeah, like.
And it's pretty much been like that since the start again.
Yeah.
Like.
I'm not loving it, to be honest. I love Grey Knights, but like just doing Dread Knight spam all the time is meh. Very meh. Like it gets boring.
You all know I have PTSD from them, from playing against both of you guys with them. Like, yeah, I hate those models so much, so much.
The Land Raiders too.
yeah, and the Land Raiders, I hate them.
6 robots and 2 Land Raiders.
I will say the Land Raider meta was interesting.
It was rough. Very, very rough.
Got Overwatch 8-bound.
Yeah, you overwatched my 6-man unit. You rolled like, I think you got like 11 hits. Yeah, you rolled like 11 hits, and then you rolled really well the wound roll, and then
it wasn't 11. I probably rolled like 10. It's d6 plus 3 times 2.
Yeah.
2d6 plus 6, so it was like 16, 15.
Yeah, I know you rolled like just shy of max, and then you wounded with most of them, and then my saves were just bad that game. I just failed most of them, and yeah, it wasn't nice.
Yeah,
they are still in my cupboard.
Redeemers were interesting.
We need to set up. I'm already excited for the next tournament. Then I can finally try Imperial Knights.
Ooh,
you should. It's great fun. Like, get a few test games in, so you don't go in and die turn 1, because there is a few things to learn with them, what not to do and when to go and whatever. But once you kind of get that down, they're really, really fun to play with.
Yeah, big robots. Robots are the reason I started 40k.
It's also nice to play with just like 7 models instead of 115 you're playing now.
Yup.
Well, it feels better to play with 7-8 models. It's just so
Well,
relaxing. You're like, okay, I'm gonna move here. I'm gonna move
Well,
here.
it's relaxing until you lose 2 of said 7 models in one turn, and you're like, oh, well,
This is the thing with what I found when playing with big knights or against them. Like, if your opponent needs to trade with them well, like they're not indestructible. So, like we were talking about earlier in this edition, big things aren't indestructible. So,
yep.
all right, you might have moved your toughness 12, 5 up invuln, dude, poking out, but now 4 of my units can charge him or 4 of my units can shoot him. I'm probably going to kill him.
Yep.
So even though it's that art of, even though you've got a big dude, you still only want to trade into one unit, not like overshoot it.
And I do
Yeah.
have to
Until
tell
it's
you,
your- Go
I
on.
do have to tell you, there is something very calming and fun and enjoyable about losing 35 models in a turn and being like, that's fine, it's all part of the game plan. I feel good, like, it's turn 3, turn 4 with your orcs, you've wad, you've done your jazz, and then it's just like, hopefully he doesn't kill 50, only 35.
Well, fair.
Still
Yeah.
not 120 jackals though.
Yeah, or 240
My God.
freaking nids, right?
That was so
I've played against both of those.
We're getting some comments in the chat, like
So
laughing at 115 models.
the needs against Talk when he was playing the 228 model list, I think it was 228,
Yeah.
226,
230, yeah.
It was easy to kill because I was playing 20 Votan Termies.
Okay.
So I had a
Shots
ton
for
of
days.
I was killing 3 or 4 units per round. So it didn't matter that he could bring back 1 unit. Because whatever. But it's not really fun to play into that. Because
yeah, it's and it's not
you're
fun.
just like,
I don't think it's fun for him either. Like he might disagree in chat, but I think it's fun for like the first 2 turns where you're like, I've taken up 3/4 of the board. But then
yeah,
once past that, it's like, shit, my time's running low. Shit, I've got to do an. Oh yeah,
they start dying way too fast. It depends what you're playing. Depends on what you're playing against. Like for example, you're playing against current Custodes Dreadnoughts. They
To be
don't
honest,
kill a lot of
to be
models.
honest though, like I think not necessarily in our local meta, but I think if you went to a tournament in the UK or US at the moment where it's Ultramarine tank spam, Death Guard tank spam, Custodes dread spam, all right, Slash maybe not, but there's a lot of tank stuff. Horde could maybe fit in there somewhere weirdly.
It depends. Like if someone shows up, I don't know what Space Marines are playing right now, but if someone's showing up with Gladiator Reapers, they're gonna chew through you.
So I think a lot of the Space Marines are pretty much just turning up with
Vindicators.
indicators, yeah.
Again,
Yeah.
Vindicators like D6 plus 3 plus blast, like one
Yeah.
Vindicator killing 10 guys is still like 8 guys is still like something.
There you go. Sock just put, it wasn't fun after the second game.
It's funny. It's funny to see your opponent struggle or like get frustrated, but then it you're not doing much. You're just pushing models up the board, and they kind of die. There's no like.
Yeah, there's no, my big thing's about to charge your big thing, and I'm gonna fuck you up.
There's no thinking about how you're gonna like move block of how you're gonna like outmaneuver your opponent because you don't have space. Everything is on the board and moving up. Like
yeah.
that's the thing with it. It gets boring. I think it's it might be good. I think Australia was playing something like that in WTC.
Mhm.
one of the 2 years. One of the 2 years Australia was playing. I think it was this year. Australia showed up with like 80 Termagants and like 20 gargoyles, something like that. Australia had low models on the Tyranid list. They were the only ones that had like lots of models.
No, I agree with Vlad. I think once I've played a few more games with the Votan, I'm going to paint up my Rampager. I'm going to force you to paint your big knights, and I'm just going to start showing up
Let's
with big knights.
go. Let's go.
Where are they?
Just mass
Where are they?
robot wars.
Yeah, you can kind of see right here
Yeah,
the top
top
of
of
the
it.
Lancer.
So,
That's the top of the Lancer there.
oh, where's mine? Mine's behind my desk. But
Yeah,
I think we should play a 5,000 point game, and then I can bring Jamie's warlord.
I think it's 5,500.
I've got to paint up this boy, and I'm really looking forward to it. Can't wait.
I got a
So, yeah.
Baneblade. I've had a Baneblade the last 17 years. It's waiting to be
Like-
painted.
Oh, it's built but unpainted.
No, I bought it the minute it came out, plastic Baneblade, because it was only Forge World up to that point. And in 2008, it came out as part of the Apocalypse release. Because when
Nice.
Apocalypse got released in 2008, they released a few models that I don't remember if the Stompa came out then. I think
Yeah.
not. I think Stompa got delayed for a bit. But the Baneblade, the plastic Baneblade, you could only build two of them, two variants. You could
Yeah,
either
I
build
had the
Baneblade
original
or the
kit.
Hellhammer.
Yeah.
So I stayed up. It was summer. Got released. I stayed up all night until like 5 a.m. listening to Master of Puppets on repeat.
Wow.
Oh my
building the Baneblade. I started like 8 p.m. and I was building until 5 a.m. something like that. It's been sitting like that. It's been sitting there now.
I don't know what's
since-
more amazing, that you built it that long, or that you were listening to Master of Puppets that long.
Yeah, I don't. Well, that's what I do. If I find a song I jump to, I like put a loop and repeat. So no, I think it was like 6-7 hours building it.
That's like
Lots of
7 Master of Puppets per hour.
Because I mean, it had a lot of like trucks to build. It had like a lot of guns. It had a lot of small pieces. That it was
No,
probably like
I remember building that kit. I was about 13 when it came out, I think.
yeah.
No,
2008, I think.
Yeah, I think it was about 13.
Yeah.
And yeah, that was when I first started 40k properly, and I had a guard army, and yeah, I think I got it for my birthday just after May. So yeah, tracks with what you said, and yeah,
2009.
it was great fun.
Yeah. I think it was like it must have been over like 250 pieces to build it. It was a lot of components, like small
You
ones
see,
and
see, this is why I like this. Do you know how many pieces this was?
stuff.
It
Like
was
5.
it was 5 pieces, other than the exhausts and like some spikes. 5 pieces. All right, if he hits the ground, he shatters, but we're not going to think about that.
I don't know. The Baneblade doesn't survive the ground that well, I think, either. So. Yeah.
Alrighty, kicks, guys. I was gonna ask before we wrap. The tournament is on Sunday. I'll try to see if we could get, well, not a streaming table, that we won't manage this time, but maybe a little bit of, during the breaks, a little bit of updates and stuff for the community, maybe, if we manage.
Yeah.
But we'll do a post-tournament stream, I guess.
Yeah.
Obviously not on the same day, because till we get home, it's gonna be late. But yeah,
Especially for some of us.
Yep.
The need to travel.
Well, yeah. While you guys are traveling, I'll be packing tables and stuff. So
That's true. That's true.
Don't you worry. But yeah, so we'll come back with the results and maybe talk about things that surprised us, that, you know, people who did well, etc. Maybe show off some cool models.
Yeah, Sock turns up and just goes 3-0 with sisters.
Yeah, why not? Tom,
You-
chat has said that you have a nice brown headset.
Oh gosh.
What
I
kind
have
of?
I have a nice brown model as well.
Hmm. Please tell me you don't see that as brown.
It's ochre. It's like brown yellow, right? That's what it is.
It's like army green.
No, the color for this on
No,
the
it's
pot
yellowish.
is basilisk brown.
Okay,
I'm
fair enough.
just throwing it out there.
I don't know. Some guy in
It-
army
it's
is probably
it's
colorblind.
it's the light. It's making it look more yellow than it is. It's really
Yeah.
dulled down in person. But yeah, if we're gonna get going, I'm gonna get back to airbrushing yellow because that's everyone's favorite thing to do.
Yellow. Yeah.
Mhm.
All right.
You're gonna see some. You're gonna actually see some yellow Atmec on Sunday.
Who are you
My
borrowing them?
yellow.
Who are you borrowing them from?
Some of them are mine.
Oh, okay. I didn't realize you even
Yeah.
had that, Mac.
Yeah, I do. I do. I do.
Then again, you've got
That was
pretty much.
my.
I've seen your Warhammer collection is pretty fucking huge. Yeah, that whole fucking.
And here, and like 2 armies at my mother's place. That still haven't moved 2 years later. No, yeah, Atmec was my first army when I came back to Warhammer in 2016.
Oh, nice.
They didn't expand much. They stayed as um, the first few boxes I bought. They're the same ones I have. I didn't buy any, but basically 8th edition. I didn't really like it when they mixed Atmec. I know it's an unpopular opinion. I think everyone likes it that Skitarii and Cult Mechanicus merged, but I was a Cult Mechanicus kind of guy. I hate Skitarii. I hate every single Skitarii model, almost every. I like the Rastalkers. That's the only models I like. Every single Skitarii model is trash. Every single other Skitarii model is trash.
Stock said all he's bringing is 7 of his models on Sunday.
Me.
No, Sock said that all he's bringing
Sock.
is 7 of
Okay.
his own models. The rest are Markelos's.
Oh yeah, I am okay.
He's
Good thing
traveling.
you remind-
He's traveling light. I respect it.
I have to bring. Yeah, I'm bringing Markel's things. I mean, I'm using like 75% is Nick's models, so including
Yeah.
proxy.
Traveling light is the way to go. Next time I'm going to do that. I'm just going to be like, Marios, get out the big knights. It's time.
Not if I use them first.
It'll be funny. We just convince everyone who has knights to bring knights, and we have a tournament with like 8, 9 knights players.
Chaos Knights, Imperial Knights, every night.
Yeah.
Every night.
And we can just ask people to bring greater demons as well, because that's pretty nice as well.
Yeah. You're not allowed to come with any model that's not
Like under 20
250.
wounds.
No, under
16.
yeah, or 12, so that small knights could come.
Yeah, true. I suppose.
Fine.
By the way, side note before we leave, like if the changes to knights are confirmed, it's gonna be big.
Yeah, toughness
Like
11. Right.
toughness 11. Okay, some increase in wounds. I don't remember.
Hey.
Do armigers go to toughness 9?
I hope it's not
I
true
don't remember.
because
Wait,
they
Vlad, you have the manual, yeah?
Yes, I do.
What does is it T11?
Let me check. You're talking about the Christmas box, right?
Yeah, the Christmas box. The Christmas
Give
box
me a sec.
had.
It's in the cupboard behind me. One sec.
Okay, because the
I hope
Christmas
it's not
box
true
had
because, as
green.
we already know, they get fried enough as it is.
Yeah, I don't think 2 or 3 wounds extra makes a difference.
No, not at all.
Like,
I'd much rather take the pip of toughness over getting even like 10 wounds. Like,
okay, wait. 10 wounds. 10 wounds is kind of different. If you move to 34 wounds at T11,
No, but I mean like a rampager. What's he? 18 wounds? Is it 18 wounds or is it 20?
24.
Is it 24?
So
24. 24. 24.
um,
Show.
toughness the second thing, right? Movement and toughness usually.
Oh, I got to check out. Yes.
Yep. So Knight Paladin and Knight Errant both are movement 10, T11,
Yeah.
3 up save, 26 wounds.
So they went up 2 wounds.
Yeah.
Nothing.
Yeah.
Leadership 6+, OC 10.
8.
Ah, they lost 2 points of OC then. Or are they 8 now? You
Yeah.
said Paladin?
Paladin and Errant both.
Yeah, they are OC. Ah, sorry, they're 22 wounds. So they went up 4 wounds.
Yeah.
And they lost 2 OC. And how about the Armigers?
Now the armature booklet. I mean,
T10 still.
can't be right.
It's gonna be it. Why?
Looks like 7,
They're
but
infantry
no,
now.
this doesn't look correct.
What happened? They're infantry now. They can go through walls. They get the Lionel Johnson keyword, and now they can go through walls. Imperial Primarch.
It just feels like this book is not new. Like the Knight Paladin Errant book is clearly, but this one, yeah, this one is from 2022, the armature one, but the Big Knight one is from 2024.
Okay, so the Armiger one is the old one.
Yeah.
So nothing that can be gained from. Okay.
I hope it doesn't happen. We're just gonna have to play that down to a printing error. We hope. Fingers crossed.
I don't know.
I don't know,
It's,
man.
It's a lot of changes.
It's both of them. So
It's a lot of changes. It's change in toughness, change in wounds, change in OC.
Yeah.
Like, and it would be huge if Armigers go down to T9.
Yeah, that's
'Cause, like,
huge breakpoint. There's so many strength 10 like
Redemptors are T10. I don't think Armigers go down to T9. I think they stay T10 because like Redemptors are T10.
yep.
Look how quickly my war dogs get deleted anyway at T10.
They're probably losing OC though. They're probably going down from OC8 to OC5.
Yeah.
And that would make sense. OC8
The OC thing, the OC I can understand because a lot of chaos lists, like CSM lists, are just taking 2 knights for the sake of it, just to go, haha, OC8.
OC8 is annoying. I mean, it's only or OC16, like 2 knights. Like here's 260 points. That's OC16. I flipped the objective.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I've done it. It's not nice. It's just...
So yeah,
it's okay. I can do OC like 33 with my Gretchen for 1 CP.
Yeah, but you have to find a point in the objective to fit.
Could probably do it.
Yeah.
Not if there's 3 knights. This is mine.
Yeah, Sok is also laughing in OC with his Tyranid warriors.
72 of them.
Yep.
OC 2 each, 3 each. Was it 2? 2.
Whatever it is, it's too much.
2 OC each, right?
Here, guys, closing sentences, closing thoughts, closing wishes.
Wish me luck. I'm going to start painting some yellow. Can't wait to see everyone on Sunday. Looking forward to it. Talk everyone in person again.
We wish you luck, mate.
Fun.
Yeah, it's been a long time. It's been 2.5 months. Well, I guess there was the Christmas doubles tournament.
Yeah, we had a doubles tournament. That was fun.
I missed that.
Yeah, I missed it too.
I couldn't be there. So it'd be 2.5 months since we've rolled some dice with everyone.
That
Yep.
haven't been POW dice.
True.
Well, I wish you both a lovely, well, rest of evening if you aren't going
Yeah.
to sleep immediately. We'll see you soon. And hopefully next time I'll have a freaking camera ready.
All right, yeah, no worries. Have a good evening.
Good evening,
And
guys.
Thanks.
we'll see you
Yeah,
all in
everyone.
person on Sunday.
Yep.
Yeah.
Bye all.
Bye bye.